Welcome to Boneheaded Boaters. What do you mean I have to worry about the tide? I can leave whenever I want.
Of course, boaters are going to have to deal with those things. Wind, weather, and tide are all big factors that are going to play into your boating day, and sometimes a little wind around the dock, well, can make life a little hectic. One way to keep life a little less hectic out there on the water is to make sure you have a good cup to keep that beverage cold or warm while you're out there enjoying your day of boating. And as many of you know, 2023 is the year of giving here on the Broncos Guru channel. We continue that tradition today by giving away a Drain Plug Mafia tumbler. Really simple, all you have to do to be entered to win, hit the like button now, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave a comment below, and we will pick a random comment and somebody's going to win a tumbler. Today we're going to do a twofer. You want to double your chances? We're going to give one away over on the Drain Plug Mafia channel on Googans of the Week as well. But let's go ahead and get this video started. In honor of National Safe Boating Week coming up at the end of the May, let's go ahead and talk about some boating safety tips. We'll do that every week this month. And the first one we're going to talk about, that safety kill switch lanyard. The amount of videos we get sent of boats with nobody on board crashing into things is crazy. And as many of you may recall here in the US, 2 years ago, it became a federal law. If your vessel is under 26 foot, you have to wear it. So if your vessel is equipped with a safety kill switch lanyard or your boat's under 26 foot, just put it on. It may save yourself or somebody else or your boat from damage out there on the water. Now, of course, a safety kill switch lanyard is not going to save everybody on the water. I mean, some people are going to exhibit Darwinism at its finest, kind of like this crew here down at Boca Bash, dragging one of their friends behind the boat. Please, for the love of God, don't do this. I see this one all too often as well. Now, in the beginning of this episode, we talked about wind and weather and tides and how they impact boating, and we'll go back to that one a little bit. Weather has a huge impact in your boating lifestyle. As can be seen here, this boat was in the water, but weather decided it was better served on land. Weather really is one of those things that can drastically change how you safely boat. I mean, a beautiful day out on the water with a calm wind can make a docking experience a sunshine and rainbows experience. A 20-mile-an-hour wind can turn that experience into an experiment of you going online to see how much insurance coverage you have to make sure you have enough. I mean, docking with a high wind can turn it into a fight between your boat and the dock, but if the dock looks at your boat and says, "Bite me," don't let your boat take it literally. Now, fortunately for many of us, as pleasure boaters, we get to pick our days. We can look at the weather forecast, and if we see 20-mile-an-hour winds, maybe we say, "Not today, we're gonna stay in." But you know who doesn't? That commercial mariner. That's right, they've got to get out there and deal with the weather no matter what, and that can lead to some pretty pricey mistakes. Now, I really do enjoy watching these commercial mariner videos because it kind of reminds us that we're all human, we all can make mistakes, even the pros, but we do have to cut these guys a little more slack than probably the rest of us. For example, most of us who are your average pleasure boater, I bet spend 30 days or less a year out on the water. Of course, unless you live in Florida, while the commercial mariner probably spends 200 plus days out on the water, and they don't get to pick their days like us. If it's a scheduled cruise shift change and it is that day and the weather looks like this, them boys are out there and they're rolling probably no matter what, even in these conditions. As to where the rest of us, if it's like this, we're probably not touching our local waterways, and we more than likely are definitely not going offshore. Now, I will admit there is something about being a pleasure boater that does give you a little bit of a lure about being a commercial mariner, like free cruises, all the cool places you would explore and experience, but then the more you watch these videos, the more you're like, yeah, I just don't know that that's something I want to deal with on a day in and day out basis. Now, of course, weather's not the only thing that's going to make you have a bad day out on the water. There are plenty of other ways to have a disastrous end of your day.
Was out on the lake and found this. Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. The story of this vessel is unknown, but I can only imagine what happened here.
While the story of the vessel, how it originally wound up here, is unknown, the fate of the vessel is a little more known, and it didn't wind up like this. There was a follow-up sent to me about this exact boat, and this is what it looks like today, just a few weeks later. Apparently somebody went out there and had a little bit of fun with this boat, and this is the charred remains of what's left of this vessel. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy out on your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like El Blanco Gusta, GT-ish, Will Snyder 3, Jake to the Lake, Mark D'Amelio, Canatilli, A Doors, Adam Coolidge, Michael Neely, Joe Burton 672, and D Jake Tech did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here. If not, we're coming to steal your drain plug.